Yo, what it do? What it do, gang? What's good? What's good with all of you? We are here. We are here. Welcome in. Welcome in. What up, Liam? What up, Dana Berry? What up, whoever else is tuning in, tapping in with us? Let us know who you are in the chat. But also, please go ahead and smash that like button for your boy as well. Let the algorithm know that we got something over here. We'll try to get some other people over here as well so that we can have some great dialogue. Besides the point, we got a couple things with the Cowboys that we can watch and react to here. So we're going to go ahead and get into some of them. I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple minutes to let a couple people come in if that's what they're going to do. Is straggle in here a little bit late. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure as you come in, you smash those like buttons for your boy. That way, again, like I said, we help the algorithm, which in return helps me, helps you, and it makes it more fun. So we're getting into it here in just a second. Give it just a second to let some people pile in. If they come, if they don't, then they don't. But hey, it is what it is. What up, Wyatt? What's good, brother? Welcome in. Welcome in. How's everybody been? Everybody have a good weekend so far? Hopefully everybody's had a great weekend so far. I know mine's been all right. I had a birthday party I had to go to, and then I had some house things that I had to get done. So, I've been kind of running around, getting deep into the off season here. So the content for me, because I don't want to just post every knick-knacky little thing. I just kind of let them build up a little bit, and then I'll come on and give my thoughts and my opinion on what's going on and what I think. Yeah, so we got a few people in here now, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I got a first thing I'm going to react to is Michael Irving posted a video, I guess it warning the, from what I understand, I haven't watched this video. I watched somebody reacting to a couple pieces of this video. I have not seen this video in its entirety, so I've only seen small clips. But from what I understand, it's pretty much him giving his warning to the NFL for the Cowboys. I mean, he's got to come in 10 minutes. All right, so back to that. Sorry about the interruption. I'm going to pull this video up. I already got it up. I just got to get it loaded onto the actual platform over here so that we can react to it. The audio with it as well. Share, split screen. I'll give it the bigger screen. Drag it over. There we go. Now, let me know if you guys can hear and see that just fine. If not, I can make it full screen and drop me down into the bottom right-hand corner. But yeah, just let me know if you guys can hear and see the video once I start playing it. It helps me make sure that everything's going smoothly. But we are going to go ahead and start this.
We go shock y'all asses this year. All right, guys, what's up? I told you today was today, and I want to tell you all about it. I got a chance, as I told you, to do this, to go to the Cowboys. Coach reached out to us, Coach Schottenheimer, bringing in all what they call, we got the tag on still, Legends community. So they give us one of these, you know, to walk around and get the families. All the families came, but I didn't take anything.
Showing off his credentials to get into. Hey, what up, host man? What's good? What it do? And Michael Irvin showing off those Cowboy credentials. This year they're not letting media on the practice field like they did last year. Last year the media could be there every day. This year there's like certain days that the media can be there, and then past that you can't be there, which I like. Because that means they're not giving up all that secret recipe that they're building. But we'll get back into this and we'll see what Michael Irvin's experience has been. You know, he's someone as a retired Cowboy who is in the building with the Cowboys quite frequently, especially during the football season. I would say he's there once a week during the football season. He's probably there every couple weeks or every other week. Huh? I mean, it's up to you. You got 8 minutes. All right. I'll come to see him later.
See you tomorrow.
Turn out the outside light, please. It's the one that says OL. All right. Thank you. All right. Since when Michael Irvin had a YouTube channel? I think he made this channel this year. I think he made it this year. Because I just saw it recently, just within the last couple of weeks, really. We'll go ahead and get into it.
I consider the Cowboys to be my family. I didn't need any of my family.
And again, don't forget to hit the like buttons, y'all. But make sure that you guys let me know if there's an issue with the audio or the video. If you can't see it or hear it, let me know so I can correct that and try to give you guys the best content I can.
Bothering me about taking pictures and
now all right, so before I get into it too deep, we do know that Michael Irvin was hard pressed pushing that Deion Sanders being the head coach, calling Brian Schottenheimer the wrong one, that we needed Deion. He was pushing heavy for that. He was someone that was pushing and advocating on national TV regularly for Deion Sanders to come and be the head coach. That obviously didn't happen. He was upset about the Brian Schottenheimer hire, but now he has gotten to go to the practice. He's gotten to meet with Shotty. He's gotten to have, and let's just see what the perspective is coming from him now that he's been around the team with Shotty.
Doing this when I had to go and examine my family, if you get what I mean. We have a new head coach. We have new things going on. I wanted to see.
And this coach is big on implementing a new culture. He is, not that he's implementing, he is building a culture over here based on relationships, and he's forcing, not necessarily forcing, but he's pushing heavy for the players and coaches to engage and interact and get to know each other so that it is more of a family, so that culture bond is strong. Well, let's see what Michael's experience was. Mr. Prime Time, or not Prime Time, Play Maker.
How things are being implemented.
I got Fortnite dinging in the back of my head here. Hold on. me get this off the screen real quick. Keep playing. But close. Oh, we're going to minimize. All right. There we go. Back to the program.
Regime that we have now, we'll call it that. Remember, because I told you, how do we get things different when you're doing things and bringing people or keeping people that were in the old mess that you were trying to get rid of?
Now, I will say, we did keep Brian Schottenheimer, who was in the old mess of coaches that we were trying to get rid of. Now, what we have heard is that Brian Schottenheimer was actively going against Mike McCarthy. And Mike McCarthy wasn't letting him implement anything. Mike McCarthy was going out on his olive branch and this is my time to shine and put my name on it. I'm going to control everything. And so therefore Brian Schottenheimer didn't really get to play a big role, and he was more beneficial towards the defense, even being an offensive coach, because he was giving the defensive players insight on what to do when this player does this, or what he's been seeing the tendencies are. So he actually helped out the defense in the past couple of years more than he did the offense, because Mike McCarthy just wasn't letting him have the role that he was supposed to be having. But besides that, my rant, we'll get back into it. What up, Taylor?
So after talking with Coach last week, I finally got a chance to talk with him on the phone, to go over and spend some time with everybody. And let me tell you how the day went. Let me sum it up first.
Bring out the coffin. I hear you.
It was amazing. It was simply amazing.
No, football.
I mean, it's so interesting how much you first miss being in that big meeting room. Coach brought us all in, you know, all the guys, and we were in the meeting room with the players.
Michael went from dogging Shoddy because he wanted Dion hired to talking like he is now a part of the team. He brought us all into the locker room. We'll see. We'll see.
Hadn't been in a big team meeting room in a long time.
Yeah, you ain't been part of a team in a long time there, Mike.
With all the guys, it was I call this a locker room, you know, to try to glean from what we get from being in those situations, in that kind of a room, that kind of talent, you know. And I love what Coach Schottenheimer is trying to do, I must admit. And I came down hard about this on this decision, but I must admit there's some things I told you that are winning me over. Like I told you about him understanding.
So we can already see the change in climate with his mindset of pushing heavy for Dion and not wanting Shoddy. He can change my mind. I think Michael Irvin may very well become a Shoddy guy. We'll have to see how this interview goes. Like I said, I haven't watched but little pieces of this, and someone else reacted to it, and I didn't even watch that full video. So,
How important it is to have the right culture and set the right tone. The one thing I would always say the key card in winning championships, and in every place that I've won championships, it was always an understanding.
And that would be Miami and Dallas. What the Holly Hill? What? What you talking about, Oaks, man?
Of how we do things here. And people talk about culture. Culture is something that when it's right, you don't even have to speak about it anymore.
Yeah, what's understood don't have to be explained, right, Irvin?
You'll get past saying, well, we're trying to create the right culture. We're trying to do, you don't have to do anything. You know. it's there. And there's only one way to create the culture that will win championships.
What's that?
Over and over again.
What is it, Mike? Give us the
And
secret
that's
sauce.
putting someone in that kind of culture over and over and over again. You must live in it. As I was joking around with the receiver coach and everything and talking with Coach Shot.
He's in there talking to the receiver
what
coaches.
What we're doing here, what we do.
When's my meeting, coach? I'm ready to suit up. I'll be 88 squared.
Sundays, this stuff is the pressure-packed stuff. All of it's pressure. When you get those 3rd and 9s, that's all pressure. It's about competition. It's about pressure. Those two things, competition, competing, and it's always pressure. You have to live, you have to learn, and you must love.
I agree.
Those things.
I agree.
Competition and
You gotta
pressure.
want it.
And my mind always
put in the
says,
work.
because that's what's going, that's what
Everybody else around you has to do the same.
You know,
for it to be
I'm not even talking
successful as a
talent.
team.
I know what I'm saying. Competing and pressure. I ain't say talent. And you know why I didn't say talent? Because it's not going to be a determining factor. You can have talent, but everybody has talent. It's how much you compete and how good you are under pressure. And how do I create this?
I got
every
you.
day,
I got you. You
24
watching some
hours a day.
NBA. I hear you, brother.
So when it happens, you feel like you're right where you're supposed to be. When 4th quarter, 2 minutes, all that stuff happens, your heartbeat drops. Because pressure is right where you want to be. So the day started like this. We all come in the big meeting room. And I'm in there and I look up and I say, oh, they got a basketball goal in the meeting room. Basketball goal, a tape on the line, about 10 feet. Coach comes in and he says, all right, guys are here on a good day. I want to introduce all the legends, and he introduced everybody. Had everybody come in,
Is it just me, or is Michael Irvin not talking like he is a player getting ready to play for this team, and not that he's a spectator? Because as much as I would love to see him suit up and play, I know his age is up there, but good grief, he seemed like he's coming out happy so far.
all the, everybody that was there, all the legends that were there on the big board, and then called out their names. And he said to the players, this is what we're a part of. This is what they built. This very building we are in, they built. He said, I want you guys to spend as much time around them to get whatever you can from them.
He's talking about his experience, because if you remember, when the coaching search started, he was advocately on national TV pushing for Deion Sanders and against the shoddy movement. Now he has had time to go meet with the team, see how shoddy works, and we're getting his insight on how he feels and what he thinks. And from what I understand, is going to be at some point a warning to the NFL for the Cowboys. We're getting into it, though, man. We're getting into it.
So we can hold up and honor and do what they've done. I was like, okay, that's a good start, because he's connecting. Remember, you're not going to do great things without the connectivity. It's just, without that connectivity all the way around. Every
What up, Miss Pittsburgh? What's good with you? What's good with you? We in the hood with you. Tap in, everyone. Tap in, tap in.
Everybody in the building has to be connected. And everybody in the building has to know the importance of what we are doing to build a championship.
Y'all can hear the audio just fine, right, guys? I want to make sure everybody hears it just fine.
What he was doing, which I thought was brilliant stuff in this sense, he was connecting these generation and these young men that people try to say, you know, oh, these guys are selfish, these guys only care about them, this is a social media era and all of that.
That it is. That it is.
He was saying, we different. Everybody in this room is family, and this is our thing. And we have to honor that. We have to honor what they have done, this building that we have, these opportunities we have. We have to honor it with our play. I'm just telling you, I like that. Then he gave all the veterans a chance to stand up and talk. I mean, everybody. He said anybody can just do it. So you know, most of the guys jumped up talking, and he put up Dame Lillard and said, man, if Dame Lillard was talking about if I was to talk to my younger self, what would I say? And then he asked guys, all of us, if we were to talk to our younger self, what would we say? And everybody guys just started standing up talking. Rocket, Hollywood, Henderson. I mean, it was a beautiful moment. Hollywood shared some beautiful things, you know, and he's been sober for 41 years, and you know, just to take advantage of the opportunity, it was great. It really felt like a family, you know, us being a family. And then, after we all stopped sharing, you could tell we felt like we were in the locker room again. It's high energy. It's all high energy. Everybody laughing, messing around. What you say? Yeah, it was just so great. And then Coach did this. He said, all right, you guys are here. We got a competition going. You're here for the right time. And he brought up two guys. They're doing free throw competitions. He brought up first Brady James.
Yeah, what he's doing is getting these guys and these teammates to have fun with each other, to build that camaraderie. That's part of the foundation of building a good culture, is getting these players to buy in for one another, for the coaches, for the organization. And it seems like everything we've been hearing is Shoddy is building that. And he's damn hard at doing a good job at doing it. What he has said is that he wants to be the best sports culture in the world. He just wants to be the best sports culture in the NFL, or the best culture in the NFL is what his goal is. We'll get into the Brian Schottenheimer interview as well at some point, but right now we're doing this one.
And Joe Looney, they're doing free throws competition, man. And it was so cool because I really wanted to do it. But you're not a player. In a sense, I didn't want to.
You're media.
Overstep everybody. I wanted it to be about we, and certainly not me.
See, he's feeling like he's back part of the team again.
So I didn't even.
He keeps using that term, we. Hey, I ain't mad at you, playmaker.
Stand up and say anything that I would speak to my younger self. I wanted to hear what these guys were saying because I'm there waiting, and I wanted to hear things to share with you guys to make sure I see what I need to see in my guys. Dude, I love it.
That's definitely a different tone than what he was pushing when he was wanting Dion to be the coach. He was saying Brian Schottenheimer ain't here. Now, after his experience around the team with Schottenheimer, he loves it. So we'll see how it goes. We're about halfway through.
He brought him up, and they did the free throw competition. Who else went? I know Joe Looney and Brady James went from the old guys. But I forgot who did it on the current team. Sam Williams. Who did Sam lose to?
Man, I'm excited. Hopefully Sam Williams heals up
Sam
and comes
Williams
back
and
and has a good
somebody. They
season.
shot free throws.
Sam Williams is going to have a hard competition at getting a starting role on that D-line now with the talent that we brought in. So he's going to have to show out this year because he doesn't really have many supporters in the building like he did before. And he was injured. He's been recovering. So hopefully he comes back healthy and has a great year. He got injured in the preseason, I want to say, during training camp or the preseason. So we'll have to see how Sam Williams looks. I've always had high hopes for Sam Williams. I've seen what he's done with little bursts of playing time, and I want to see that on a more grander scale. Now, he does obviously have some toning down to do to prevent the penalties that he's caused, but that's a subject for another day.
But you get 30 seconds, and you get to make as many as you can. You got your boy giving you a free rebound. Dude, and everybody hype. So get what he's doing now. I want you to get what he's doing. He's creating competition right there, even
in the meeting room.
With a basketball. In the meeting room.
Competition everywhere. Players. Brian Schottenheimer was big on saying that. It's going to be a competition across the entire team. So.
And he's doing it.
Not unexpected.
With all of us yelling, let's go. He's creating competition and pressure. See what I'm saying? I like it. Listen to what I'm saying. Because I absolutely know what I'm talking about. As soon as you
Tell him, Michael. Tell him.
Mindset. Competing under pressure. We're going to do this before we start our.
My question is, when Michael Irvin going to get out there and actually be a coach on the damn wide receiver team? When's he going to get himself in that locker room and become a coach with the wide receivers?
Okay. Mindset.
I know he's got a big TV personality and everything, but, man, he seems like he's back home now, and he's ready to fit in. Get in where he fit in.
You got, come on up here. Let's go, everybody. Let's go, everybody. Competing under pressure.
Pressure.
So I'm just looking. I said, oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
I like that. And it's high level, high energy all the time. And then we get to go to meeting rooms. We broke out like we do always. Everybody
position groups.
And then coach said, all right, offense stays in here. Defense gets the lead. And Charlie Mack, he played with me. Charlie Williams, 42. He said, coach, man, things still ain't changed. He said, the defense always have to lead. The offense always get to stay in this room, and the defense always leave. And he's right. It was like that when we were playing. It was like that when Drew Pearson and them were playing. In that main meeting room, that's basically the offensive meeting room. Defense, get out. And coach was like, Larry, Charlie, you're right. You're right. No, we never thought about that. You're right. We'll take it up next time. Defense, get the hell out of here. And then we all bust out laughing and having fun, man. It was like, dude, I swear, man, I was getting emotional because I miss it. Then we break out.
This man's wanting to get back in the uniform.
Let me tell you what, that's how offensive team leaders, offense coordinator gets up.
He ain't never talked like this. Hold up. Michael Irvin doesn't normally talk like this about after meeting with the team about like how he misses it and wants to be out there. He normally just talks about they need to do this, they need to do that. No. The settlement tonight, is we need to do this. We are doing that. We want to be like this. We are building this. We are competing. He's putting himself back into place. He's putting himself in there figuratively with the way he's speaking. Dak is the greatest QB if he wins the Super Bowl for Dallas. Hey, man, it would shut a lot of people up. Man, don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. It would shut too many people up. It would shut too many people up. The only argument people would have on Dak if he won a Super Bowl is that, oh, he's paid too much. He's paid too much. Because obviously in a couple of years he'd want an extension. But, man, I'm so tired of the he's paid too much conversation. Like, I don't even talk about the numbers players make, really, when I'm talking football, because to me, that is what it is. The salary cap is going to continue to grow. The number of what these players are making each year is going to continue to grow. In 4 years from now, Dak's deal will look friendly. So we'll see.
Remember now, we're in this era. Even me, I'm trying to sneak pics as I'm studying and reading, looking at things. We're in this era. We're in this era. But that's all.
Man, you better leave your phone at the door, Michael. We don't want our recipe, our Krabby Patty recipe getting out there. And we know how you got them loose lips a little bit, Michael Irvin. We got you got them loose lips when you get on national TV. You be saying some things. We don't need that. We want to keep things the way they are. We want teams to overlook us. We want to remain the underdog and just be competitive, be humble, and go out there and win some damn games. That's what we want to do. Don't run now.
See, stand up.
Right, hell yeah.
Okay. James Hobart, stand up. Give me this. Give me the place. Understand? Give me this. What are we doing on this? What do we do here? What do we do here? You see, he's calling out people and giving you scenarios. We have this going on, that going on. What's the situation? You better call up and get it. Everybody's sitting there listening. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not inclined to agree. If number 4 stays healthy, you can almost guarantee 10 wins at least. Almost guarantee it. Another thing, if you go back and look at Dak's history, any season he has come off of an injury, that follow-up season has been very good for him. So let that trajectory remain the same, and hopefully we'll get the same. What up, Juan? What it do? What's good, brother? Welcome in.
Yeah. And if you get it right, yay! And if you slow it, what they're trying to help you, There's competition under pressure.
Yes,
you understand?
sir.
And I thought this part too, I said, oh, this is interesting. Because we are in this generation with these things in the social media and everybody always trying to sneak on and get it. And attention spans have dropped. You can't just have a 3-4 hour long or 2-3 hour meeting nowadays. You'll lose them. This is interaction that keeps.
Well, that's a new thing that's going on that YouTube implemented on their live stream chats. I think it's a way for the community to be more engaged for each live stream. Because if you're earning something in each live stream, some credibility, some recognition, some memento that YouTube is offering, that just incentivizes the fans and the communities for each channel to be more active for each stream. So what it does is each stream, it puts you in a little competition of your own in the chat, where the most people that have the most interactions or whatever, they actually put their names on a leaderboard. So yeah, it's something new YouTube did. I ain't even got no control over it whatsoever. It's all YouTube on that. What up, Kid Cowboy? What it do? Hey, it's a question, Kid Cowboy. It's a question. I didn't say, hey, we're making the playoffs. That was not my statement. It was a question. Do you think the Cowboys will have some type of playoff run this year? That's all it was. If you don't think so, hit that no button. Perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine, man. I want your honest opinion anyways. Just like I want you to honestly hit those like buttons and make sure y'all have those notification bells turned on. But let's get back into this video here.
Said hi. I didn't see anybody
just over
bring
halfway
their
through
phone.
with the first
I
video.
saw everybody waiting because
There's a lot of question marks. What I will say though, Kid Cowboy, what I will say though is right now they're making some really good looking Kool-Aid. Like the ingredients that we've watched them put in has been great ingredients. The way they're stirring that shit up, it looks right. We haven't seen it yet though. We haven't seen it yet, so it's just figuratively there. And they're mixing it up, and it looks delicious. It looks like some great Kool-Aid. But again, we do need to see this be implemented. We need to see what it looks like on the field against competition. So everything can sound right, everything can look right, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't turn out right, that Kool-Aid's still going to sour and it's still going to put a bitter taste in everybody's mouth. So I haven't quite sipped it yet, but man, oh man, it's starting to look good. The Kool-Aid is starting to look good, and I like what they're talking about. So that's
they
my
didn't
insight
know
on it.
they were going to be
Yes,
called.
sir, Messi in the building.
Really?
What up, what up, what up?
I said, oh, he's creative.
Hey, Kid Cowboy, man, you're putting too much on Washington. Washington has one good year every 10 years. They had that last year. They will not be the same team that they were last year. The Redskins will not have the same amount of wins or be the same type of team that they were last year. I'm expecting their quarterback to have his sophomore slump. I'm expecting other defensive coordinators to have been able to dial up and see what the Redskins are doing, and they'll have a better stick on what they're doing. So I think that as long as the team stays healthy and Dak is healthy, I think that we're at least a minimum 10-win team. So we'll have to see. If Dak stayed healthy last year, I think we had 10 wins. But we'll get back into this. Like I said, that's over. Braves lost 3-1. I hear you. I don't know. I don't think Washington's gonna win 10 games. That's just me. New age football, Dan Quinn is Dan Quinn. We know what Dan Quinn is. They had the ultimate surprise last year. Now defensive coordinators have had time to study their tape, has had time to watch their tendencies, had time to see what they do in different situations and scenarios. So we'll see. I think the Redskins are going to fall off. I don't think they're going to be as good like they were last year. They'll be competitive. I think they'll be third place in the division. With Giants staying in fourth place. I don't worry about what the Giants do because it doesn't matter who they bring on their team. They don't know what to do with their talent. They have yet to find good personnel in that office to be able to do something with the talent. Like all the talented players over there in New York, they're talented as hell. But until someone uses them to their best abilities, they're still going to be mediocre. I hear you, Oaks, man. Yeah, I bet their ceiling is probably 11 games too, Messi. I agree. What up, Wicked? What's good? Welcome in, brother. They finally got a franchise QB. Hey, I'm not going to put all of that on Jaden Daniels because he had a good rookie season. I'm not going to do that. I judge a quarterback, or I put what I feel like a quarterback's going to do after their third season. I give them their rookie year because a lot of times if they're a good quarterback, their rookie year is going to look great because they have the ultimate surprise and the element of surprise because teams don't have all the tape that they can study on this player until the offseason comes. So then at that point, they'll be able to watch his tendencies and his habits and how he does different things, the way he makes calls, when he audibles here or what he does here. I'm expecting him to have a slump on his sophomore campaign. And Jaden Daniels, based on how he played last year, I will expect him to return off of that sophomore slump and be back to being a good quarterback. I don't think that he'll be the level that he was last year. That I don't agree. But we'll have to see how it plays out. After year 3 on the quarterback Daniels, we'll have that conversation and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it a little bit after this season as well, and throughout this season as we're watching and doing our online tailgates for the football games. But yeah, it could be RG3 2.0. He's a frail person, so he runs the ball a lot. It's going to take that one hit. He's so frail that I'm worried that boy's going to get hurt. CJ did have a slump. CJ was not nearly as good as he was his rookie year. Stroud, I think that he didn't have a complete drop off. He didn't have that, but he had a very lackluster season last year. He had a lackluster season. 100%. Like, he was not as good as he was his first year. That's for sure. Tom Brady got retired by Dak Prescott, though, Messi. Dak Prescott retired Tom Brady. After he got lost to the Dak Prescott train, he didn't come back to football. All right, we'll get back into the video here.
Competition under pressure. We go in the meeting room, breakout offensive meeting room. I mean, wide receivers meeting room. Quarterbacks go to meet. Everybody go meet. We go in those meeting rooms. We put on film. We're watching film. Receivers coach. As we're watching this, hey, they got it again. They got 2 receivers. We got 2 receivers groups. One go on that board. One go on that board. We're going to go watch film, go over protections and stuff. Coach starts calling out.
That's a false statement, Messi. That is a very false statement, my brother.
2 players, 2 guys. Lamb, Mingo.
Kid Cap, did he not win a Super Bowl the year prior to that? Did Tom Brady not win a Super Bowl the year before that? The year before Dak Prescott retired his ass, did he not win the Super Bowl the year before? And he was not 50, he was 44. Let's be honest with ourselves. He still ain't 50.
Both hit the board. And then he goes out.
That was a great game.
Right, whatever, calls the play. Both have to draw the whole damn play. Do you understand that? In front of
And the crazy thing is if you remember, Walt, we opened the season. All right, so Tampa Bay was the defending champions. We opened the season against Tampa Bay, who were the defending champions. They beat us that game. It was a hell of a game, though. And Dak had a really good game on that season opener, and it was a really competitive game. We ended up losing that game to the defending champions. But later on in that season, we ended up kicking them out of the playoffs too. So they beat us already once that same season, the first game, week 1. And then Dak did what Dak did. He retired Tom Brady. That just is what it is. It was. And Dak made sure of it.
all of us watching. And I'm talking about everybody's route and responsibility. All I knew was my triangle. I'm gonna know what I gotta do is wide receiver. I'm gonna know what the secondary is playing. I didn't study the running backs like that.
This man is I know, Kid Cowboy. I know. But perception is everything. Michael Irvin wants to be back on the damn field. After going and visiting with the Cowboys under the Brian Schottenheimer regime, Michael Irvin is now talking about the team as we, when normally it's they and them. He's now saying we. He's putting himself as a part of this team. Normally he talks about them from a media perspective and says they need to do this. No, he's saying we need to do this. We got to do that. No, I'm not capping. If Tom Brady would have beat the Cowboys in that playoff run and then went to another Super Bowl and he did not win that Super Bowl, I guarantee he would have been back the next season. I guarantee he would have been back the next season. Now, had he went to that Super Bowl and won it, I think he may have retired, because at that point you're walking out into the sunset on your own terms as the champion. So I feel like that if he would have made it to the Super Bowl that year, I think Tom Brady would have came back the following season to try it again. But he didn't make it. Dak Prescott kicked him out the playoffs, and they never saw Tom Brady again.
Lineman, I didn't study those setups. I studied my triangle. I'm going to corner, safety line, inside backer. I see them jokers because those are the closest jokers to me. They do it. You know what I mean? But they had them.
We got a good. Well, everything I'm hearing about the running backs coming out is Javonte Williams looks great. Miles Sanders is even looking really good. And then Jadon Blue is having a hell of a training camp. We're going to see some on that. We'll get some videos. I'll do some videos maybe this week. Wednesday or Thursday we'll come out. We'll do a video and try to break down what we can tell is going on with the OTAs. But, yeah, I think Javonte Williams and Jadon Blue are going to be the main dogs for the running back room. And I think they're good. I think they're good. I think because the entire team this offseason and the OTAs is an open competition, it's open competition. So if they find a spot that they need something because who they have isn't enough, it seems like they're in the mood to go get it and let go of what's not working. But if what they got is working, which it seems to be doing really well, and the O-line does what it's supposed to do, that's what we really need to see. Whether this O-line is going to do what it's supposed to do and be a good part of the Cowboys. I hear you. Hey, we know Michael Irvin likes to drink the Kool-Aid. But Michael Irvin was also on national TV actively going against the Cowboys for picking Brian Schottenheimer and not hiring Deion Sanders. That sentiment has changed. His whole demeanor has changed on that since visiting with the Cowboys and Brian Schottenheimer. I think he could do good as a wide receiver coach. I wouldn't want him as a coordinator or a head coach, but I think he could do good as a wide receiver coach.
Enjoying up because it's so interchangeable now. CD's going to be the Z, then he may motion and show up and be the F. Then he may come over and be an X. So interchangeable. They all.
How many rookies on this year's squad do I think will be on the Cowboys next year? Probably 3/4 of them. Based on the way the Cowboys do things, they hold on to their talent, sometimes to a default at too long. Sometimes they grow too fond of certain players, and they don't want to let them go, and we hold on to them longer than we should have. That's very, very Cowboy-esque. Bro, the Cowboys need to get Jalen Ramsey and DJ Reader, because if they don't, then this team will not go for this year. Yeah, how much bad stretch they got. Hey, that's your opinion, bro. You entitled to it. I appreciate your opinion. You doing a giveaway, Walt, that 200? Hell yeah, brother. That's dope. How many more do you need to get to 200?
700.
Learning. And again, I loved it because it keeps you engaged. Not one mug brug was on that phone. Dude. And in the meeting, here again, he was creating competition under pressure. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
No. Jalen Ramsey, the Dolphins will have to eat a ton of that $24 million salary cap for any team to take him. I know the Cowboys are very interested. The Cowboys are very interested. But everything that we're hearing so far is the linebackers and the cornerbacks are actually looking pretty decent in training camp. It's training camp. It's the Underwear Olympics. So you can't put a lot of stake in that, but we'll just have to see how it shakes out. They're talking like they're not done trying to make this team better. And if they find a role that needs filled because what they have is not enough, they are in the mode to go get it this offseason. And there you go. There you go, Dan and Messi. Talk it out. Talk it out.
Through the walkthrough, and then we hit practice.
Trash. I hate you, Cowboy.
Man. Oh, man. You're watching guys move around, get ready. We get in the teams, and we're on 25-yard line, 75 yards. And he hits CeeDee Lamb in the seam. CeeDee takes it
to the house.
I'm looking. I see that. Ain't there no. This Joe just went 75 yards, man. Caught that pass and ran 75 yards. Oh, he was touched back there. Like he got tackled back there. But he still finished in the end zone. We came back a couple plays later, and they dropped the ball over to George Pickens. He caught that thing, hit the seam, and he went 70 yards, 75 yards. But then when I looked over, I saw 88 running. Oh, dude, full speed in practice.
That's what we like to hear. Our players are playing at full
CeeDee met him
speed in
down
practice.
at the corner of the end zone.
Because practice does not make perfect. People get that misconstrued way too much. Practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So you gotta practice at 100%. You gotta practice with everything you got. You gotta give it your all in every moment. It's gotta be perfect practice for it to turn out perfect. So we'll have to see. Like I said, we're hearing a lot of good things coming out of this offseason so far. Trey Bland's gonna be our nickel. Okay, Cowboy, Bland's gonna be the nickel. I know he does not want to play the nickel, but it's either him or McQuamu, I'm feeling like. Maybe Thomas, but I feel like McQuamu might be the nickel. But they're putting Bland in the nickel a lot. And that may be so that they can pay him less and keep him on the team. I don't know, though. We'll have to see, because that also really has a lot to do with what Diggs looks like when he comes back. Is he Diggs from before the injuries, or is he Diggs with what he was before he got? Now, he's been dealing with injuries ever since that first injury, so it's hard to say, but will he be back? I don't know. And then we got Kiar Elam, and we got Siobhan Ravel, who are looking really good in OTAs. Kid Cowboy, I have a feeling that we are going to see the starters for a series or two in the preseason. I have a feeling this year is going to be a little bit different. I have a feeling we are going to see some starters for at least a part of a series or a series in the preseason. They're obviously not going to get a ton of playing time, but I have a feeling from what I'm hearing is we are going to have our starters on the field, suited up, ready to play on preseason day, which I advocate for, because I get mad when the starters don't play because, yes, like you just said, They come out and it takes them a few weeks to get into football ready because they didn't play in the preseason. Messi and Dan going at it. He's going to walk after this season, and then you guys might get him. We'll have to see how it plays out. I can't say that I've heard anything on DJ Reader, but I don't know. Oh,
I said competition.
My bad, chat. My bad.
Under pressure.
Let me go
Full
back
speed in practice. Full speed in practice. CD met him down at the corner of the end zone. Gave him 5 in practice.
That's good to hear. You got George Pickens. All right, so first CD Lamb gets a big 75-yard pass touchdown. Take it to the house. Next play, a few plays later, George Pickens gets that same type of play. Takes it to the house. But who's there? CD Lamb running full speed to meet his boy in the end zone. These boys are ready to play for each other. I like it.
Competition under pressure. I'm telling you. I like what I saw. I like how he's handling it. I like how Coach goes about it. When they were doing good, we had a great practice. We started off, it was so crisp. Everybody was hyped. They were making all kind of plays. We went on the field. I'm out on the field, talking my notes. It was crisp. It was moving. And Coach called everybody up. That's great. We're going to do this. I told you, keep working hard. We're going to take a little break right now. You earned it. But then after the break, what I loved was after the break, we came back.
We're there now. Today's the day. June 1st is today,
started off
so
a
we'll
little
see.
He brought him back up and got back on that butt. He said, I gave you credit, and I gave you some time. You earned it. But you come back out here and do. Truly, I was thinking, hey, they're really going pretty good, but he's got to set that tone. He could have seen one person that just takes it a little bit easy.
Where'd you draft him at, though, Messi? If he was drafted in 1, 2, or 3 picks, there's a good chance that he plays like a starter.
And he calls everybody up. Because it's unacceptable. And that one damn person can destroy everything. So it's unacceptable. You see people like, oh, who wasn't going hard? Who wasn't going hard? Who didn't go hard when Coach did this? Who wasn't going hard? That was very important. It was very important to see. When Coach said, get up, what is going on? I gave you credit. I gave you a little bit of a break, and you come back out and I see shit slouching. What is going on? Dude, I know what I'm talking about. I saw guys looking around. Like,
man, our coach is getting on to players in practice for not putting their all into it, for not practicing with full effort. I like that. Our coach is holding the players accountable in practice. In practice, the coach is holding them accountable. That's signs of a good coach. Because if you don't hold your players accountable in practice, then in the game, they ain't going to give a damn. They think there's no repercussion. No, hold them accountable every turn.
Who's slouching? What's going on? What's going on? That's competition under pressure. I'm telling you, everybody was looking around. You know why? Because that ain't what we're doing, and we need to hold everybody accountable. And they were like, who? And nobody said anything, but that's how you build champions. Because now nobody wants to be the one to let everybody down. And if everybody looking around saying, who did that? Who took it easy? Who went, who? then you get some answers around here. And you get some more of them championships around here. Because that's
what we
how
like
you
to hear.
create.
Is Michael Irving drinking all the
live
Kool-Aid?
The right, what they call culture. It's always about winning. And it comes back down to who. You know why? Everybody's saying who? Because they want to know who broke the promise. What did I tell y'all? If you want to win a championship, all you got to do is a promise made one man to the other. Each and every day, I will get my job done today. At the end of that practice, when Coach called them up and got on them about that last little piece being a little late, like a day or so, and everybody looked around going, who. I said, okay. We
might have some.
We working on the right stuff. And then I got my Tyler boys right there. You know, what's up, the Tyler boys got, hey, that line looking like they're looking. I'm telling y'all, I walked out of there real excited about this season. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people going to be sleeping like I don't know what. You going to sleep, and then we going to creep.
He said, don't sleep on them Cowboys. Don't be caught sleeping, because bitch, we about to be creeping. And we going to get these W's, and we might make the playoffs. I think this is going to be a very competitive year for the Cowboys. I think that the culture change is going to bring out the best in some of these players. Yeah, our front office throws away fourth-round picks like they're nothing. Yes, Mike is asleep. All right, let's get this clip finished up. We got about 4 or 5 minutes left. Doubt. Yeah, fear and anxiety. I'm going by the tea leaves. Check his Twitter. Check his X. With being uncomfortable. I hear you, Dan. I also tend to think that the Cowboys have done a lot more this year to be all in than they have in years past. And not only that, the crazy part about this is the way we did the salary and everything. Next year's salary cap, we are set to have another big lump sum in the offseason for the salary cap again. And we have triggers that we can pull to make it even bigger. We could be back in the top 5 of free salary cap space in the free agency again for next offseason. But we'll see. We'll see. What's up, baby? You woke up? My bad. I didn't mean to click that off.
And maybe he can run a 4-2 all first quarter. And I run only a 4. He can run a 4-2. Michael runs a 4-5 if you run that the first time. And maybe he can run a 4-2 all first quarter. And I run only a 4-5 that first quarter. But since his talent got to run in the second quarter, third, and fourth, his talent, he ain't going to be running a 4-2 in the fourth quarter. I'm still going to be running 4-5. See, our talent is going to lean out. It's going to come down to what you have in here competing-wise and what you have dealing with pressure. No, I was worried going into this year after coming out of last year, saying we need to do things to bring hope back to the Cowboys, back to the fan base. I'm telling you, it's hope. It is here. And we gonna shock some of you jokers. All you jokers who think you ooh, y'all, I am telling you, I am telling you. If they continue like this and hold on to what I saw today, I can no damn to you. We will shock the world. The world. Because they got the talent. I always told you, they have the skill. And the intensity now, and the players together, now creating every situation as a competition under pressure. Competition under pressure. That's how we create the collective will.
I don't think Micah has to be enough. I think we're gonna have a lot out of Donovan Zaraku. I think he's gonna ball out. Our linebacker play is gonna be much better this year. Jack Sanborn, who we got from Chicago, he's looking like a standout. Kyle Murray. I'm probably saying his first name wrong, but Murray. What up, Sarah? What it do? What it do? Murray coming in as linebacker has a chip on his shoulder and is playing like he's got something to prove. He's been a standout in OTAs. Those two linebackers will be very helpful, especially once we get Overshawn back. But Donovan Zaraku, Dante Fowler, Marshawn Nealon, and Sam Williams, if they can all stay healthy, I think they're going to be a hell of a pass rush. I think that there's a good chance that we come up close to the sack record this year. I think there's a chance that we can get close to the sack record. I agree, Dan. You got to be able to stop the run. You have to be able to stop the run. 100% I agree.
We go shock y'all asses this year. Oh, y'all thought. I got it. Y'all thought.
Michael Irvin, playmaker.
We gonna shock y'all, man. Man, I give him to I had such a great time with my boys and receivers, man. George, Pickens. Listen, dude. Listen. We gonna shock y'all.
Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear.
If y'all think it's over, y'all got another thinking coming. We gonna rock y'all asses up this year.
You heard him, Wicked. What up, DK? What up, Wicked? What's good? What's good? Tap in, man. Make sure y'all hit those like buttons, too, as you come through. Appreciate y'all. As always, y'all already know I love all y'all. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are always amazing. Dallas Cowboys OTAs have coaches shocked with potential. Week 1 observations. Let's go ahead and get into this.
One of the more intriguing NFL offseasons thus far, and a lot of people thought they did a bad job, right? Outside of Dallas Cowboys fans, man, they were like, what are they doing adding a bunch of guys who have proved nothing so far in their NFL career? And Kenneth Murray,
like I said, he's been a standout.
THIER Elam, Jack Sanborn is a little bit different. Peyton Turner, right? There's a bunch of guys that they added that are, have good potential, but haven't really showcased anything yet. But man, what I will tell you is things are changing very quickly in terms of the guys that they added. In this video, what I wanted to do was break down everything you need to know about OTAs, the guys who have stood out, the guys who are looking really good, and some guys that we think could possibly break out going into this season. The aura, the energy, everything feels different with this Dallas Cowboys team, from Dak to Joe Milton, right, to CeeDee Lamb to all of these guys. So we're going to break down everything. Before we dive in, hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, and check out this clip from Michael Irvin, who is actually at practice. Take a listen.
And I got my Tyler boys right there. What's up, mate? What's up? The Tyler boys got, the line looking like they're looking. I'm telling y'all, I walked out of there.
The line looking like they're looking. What that tells me with that one little statement is that what they doing, putting a big emphasis on the O-line and the run game, is paying into fruition. The line looking the way they are. That tells me that the line's looking good. But we haven't heard anything from No, yeah, Dan. This year's different. This year is different. I'm telling people. Jerry Jones is falling back. Jerry Jones is falling back and letting his son Steven step up. So things are going to start looking a lot different. And this is the start of it. This year will be the start of it. Hopefully it, pays dividends. Oh, man, stop projecting. Yeah, Messi. That was a healthy team playing against a trash, beat-up team that wasn't healthy. So you can brag on that 47-9. But that 47-9, that's not the team you're playing this year, Messi. You're not playing the same Cowboys from last year this year. That game is not going to look 47-9. Not this year. The year before, we didn't have the talent on offense that we have this year right now, and we beat y'all. The year before last, we beat y'all, and our offense wasn't as talented as it is now. Without Prescott, without a lot of pieces. Without a lot of pieces, Osman. I don't know. What I'm hearing out of you forgot Elam. Kiar Elam. You forgot that name in there too, Dan. But Kiar Elam, Siobhan Ravel, man, I think that there's going to be I would love to have Ramsey. But I also think that our cornerback room has the potential to, when Diggs gets healthy, that they don't even know where to put him because they're playing that good. That's just my opinion. No, Ostman, we're not basically the same thing. Because even though they're dusty, we have championships. Yeah, Elam too. We got championships, Ostman. We ain't the same. They ain't never even been there. Sorry, Messi. Had to.
Real excited about this season. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people going to be sleeping like I don't know what. You going to sleep, and then we going to creep. Right? Everybody talking about Washington. Everybody talking about Philadelphia. And then the Cowboys got the hardest schedule we ever seen. Oh my God, it's about to be. Oh my God, oh my God. No. No. What y'all are trying to do when you're saying all of that is create this fear and anxiety. But what I saw today,
we can get past the
competing like a mother, brother, and then pressure.
Now, unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys media members are not allowed to post any highlights or footage or whatever it may be from practice. They are only allowed to show pictures, right, and photos from practice. So right here you see Jack Sanborn, you see a guy like Kenneth Murray. These are two guys who have been really good so far, and I get it, it's just practice, there's no pads, there's no contact, but in terms of athleticism and understanding the game of football, understanding the scheme that the Dallas Cowboys defense is trying to run, these guys have been really good thus far. But one thing that's really stood out to me, right, is the energy, the aura of this practice. Take a listen to another clip that has to do with what the practice feels like when there.
So I thought the practice, and this was probably pretty predictable with a new coaching staff. Everything was pretty fast-paced. There was no walking between drills. Guys were running. There was a lot of energy.
That's good.
The coaching staff, a lot of passion. And there were some different drills they were doing than we've been used to, and that usually happens than we're used to seeing over the past 4 years. And I thought it was good.
But
now,
at the end
from
of the
here,
day,
I
we
want to
still
talk about
have championships. Regardless of whether they're old and dusty, the Lions have never been to the Super Bowl at all. Osman, they've never been to the Super Bowl at all. The Cowboys have been to 10 Super Bowls. So, hey, we'll see. I agree, Dan. We do have some question marks at DT and cornerback. I agree. We'll just have to see what they do. I agree. That's what I'm saying. The Kool-Aid looks delicious. I can't drink it yet, but it looks delicious. They throw some ice in that Kool-Aid, get that shit cold, and these hot summer days coming, we might be drinking it. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to see. I can't wait to actually see what they start to look like in preseason. Like I said, I do really think that they might be playing their starters in the preseason, at least for a series. I could be wrong, but that's the emphasis that I'm getting. From the information that I'm hearing, I'm getting that they might be playing these starters. The Browns? We're better than both of them. Lions
some
and
notes
Browns.
from practice that maybe you guys aren't familiar with, or I want you guys to be familiar with. Now, one thing that's interesting is right? Israel has been working a lot in the nickel, the slot role, according to Joseph Hoyt. As you see here, he's been working in that slot. Now, usually you have Deron Bland, you have Kamon Hall, or Troy Pride Jr. working in the nickel. However, is someone that has started to at least take some reps at that position, which is something very cool to see. Usually he's more of a safety, strong safety than anything, but he's worked on his game a lot this offseason. And I think
it's mainly a Cowboys channel, Wicked, yes, but we want fans from all teams to be a part of the community. Because when we do our online tailgates, we want to have that competition. We want to have that camaraderie. We want to have that banter, that debate between fans on their teams during the games. Like I said, my main goal for this channel is for it to provide means for me to be able to travel to these games and be able to see you guys in these cities, and we have online tailgates in the parking lot at the stadium. That way we have like meet and greets. Y'all get to even be a part of the live stream if you want at that point. That's the goal. If it can financially get me to be able to travel to these games, man. I've seen the Super Bowls. I watched them, Kid Cowboy. I'm 38. I'm 38 years old, Kid Cowboy. I watched all 3 of the Super Bowls. The 92 season is when I started to become a fan. I hear you, Wicked. Washington in the house. Everybody make them bounce.
This could be a year he really starts to break out. Also, before we get any further into the video, do me a couple of favors. One, go follow all of the Cowboys media members on Twitter or X, whatever you guys want to call it, because without them, these videos just are not possible to make. They're going to keep us updated with all these pictures from practice every single day, and highlights will be coming soon. But also, hit the like button. Most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you haven't already done so yet. It is free, it doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Cowboys throughout not only the rest of OTAs, but from there we got mandatory minicamp. They'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll get training camp, and before you know it, the season will be here. And keep in mind, we will be covering the preseason when it comes to film analysis, breaking down all 22 coaches' film, and then obviously regular season as well. We got you guys covered. Make sure you guys are joining the family. Here's a picture of George Pickens, and let's get back into some more news and notes. Now, the energy between CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens feels a little bit different. Now, what do I mean by that? There was a instance in practice where Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb tried to connect on a deep shot down the field, right? CeeDee Lamb did not catch it. It was just out of reach, did not bring it in. And guess what? CeeDee decided to, all right, I'm dropping, I'm going to do some push-ups. I got to be better. I got to make that catch. I got to be there, right? So he starts doing push-ups. And a couple of seconds later, you see George Pickens come out of nowhere, start doing push-ups with him, right? Even though he wasn't involved in the play, there seems to be a little bit of a change of energy from George Pickens. Now, we all know he's a big energy type of guy. However, I feel like there's a team atmosphere. There's a bonding taking place within this team. And man, does that make a difference. Now, we also heard a little bit from DeMarvion Overshown. He's a guy that is, going through a little bit of a rehab. He actually said after practice, it really couldn't be any better. Where I'm at in my rehab and my process is where I'm supposed to be, plus some. I know it's a process and something we're not rushing just because I look good. There's no need to rush the process. I'm going to come back when I'm 100%, when I'm ready, when I know I can touch the field and not look down and worry about my knee. I'm going to be good when I come back. I'm going to be real good. Now, this is a guy that is locked in, and I cannot wait for him to be back on the field. Again, like I said before, Kenneth Murray, Jack Sanborn, Martis, the former third-round pick of last season, Damone Clark, these guys are ready to take a massive step up until, he's ready to go. We could also talk a lot about Joe Milton, Dak Prescott. Dak's being a really good mentor, leader for Joe Milton, and Joe Milton, just quite frankly, looks like
under his wing 100%.
A really good quarterback right now, man. I mean, he's got so much potential. He's got incredible arm strength, and I feel like finally the Dallas Cowboys are in a position where, listen, if it continues to go downhill with Dak Prescott, you have a guy that you could take a shot on and really think or believe that he could turn into something really special. But again, I still have a ton of confidence in Dak Prescott. This is his year. He needs to be really good, and if not, things could, again, go downhill for him here in Dallas. But with that being said, I'm going to have a part 2 of this video in a couple of days. I believe they practice tomorrow and maybe Tuesday, so don't worry, guys. We've got a lot more videos coming very, very soon. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow the Cowboys media members, right? We got you guys covered. They got you guys covered, and we'll see you soon. Peace.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, hanging with the Cowboys compound interest. See if there's any OTA footage that we can find on the Cowboys. It don't look like there's any OTA footage. We do got some interviews here. We got Joe Milton, Damone Clark, Tyler Smith, DeMarvion Overshawn, Oso Digizua. We'll get into these player interviews. I'll get into those here sometime this week, and we'll do some reactions onto some of these videos here. That'll probably be one of my next videos that I drop. Besides, obviously, we'll do Raw tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. But then after that, for Tuesday, we may start doing some of these player interviews and some reactions to them as well. Because it looks like we got a bunch that we can get into. Yeah, there's a bunch here. Tyler Smith, Moon Clark, Joe Milton, George Pickens. We even got George Pickens. I'm a chill guy that likes to work. It's the quote on that from George. These are all months ago. So these are all old. These are new. 5 days ago. What is it? Solomon Thomas lifts. Let's listen to this real quick.
I think, number one, he's doing an incredible job picking up the system. I talked about his intentionality last week, I believe, just how hard he's working.
Who said we were good last offseason? Kid Cowboy, I did not say we were good last offseason. Hell no. I was mad last offseason. If you go back and watch any of the – hold on. You got videos to start the last season? The Cowboys, I knew were on a dumpster fire. We got rid of all of our talent, brought nobody in. And then we got injury after injury after injury after injury after injury after injury to be in one of the team's most injured teams in the NFL last year. I did not think we were going to be good last year. I had no hope last year. Carnage, if you only knew football. Then it's not all on Dak. They're taking the responsibility off of Dak. I did not say 12-5 last year, Kid Cowboy. I said we'd be lucky to finish 9-7. I said we'd be lucky to finish 9-7 and that we wouldn't make the playoffs. That's what I said last year, before the injuries. That was not me, Kid Cowboy. Not even the slightest. I was pissed off to start the season last year. I was pissed off because the Cowboys did nothing in the offseason to make their team better. Their team got worse. We lost a ton of talent and did nothing to replace them. The only thing we did last year in the offseason was bring in Eric Kendricks. That's it. Hey, and Messi. I think Jerry Jones is on his way to being out too. We'll have to see.
The play, and it really wasn't anything George did, but we're in the red zone, and we're in kind of a spread formation, and we hit him for a touchdown. Joe did on a little
it wasn't me, Kid Cowboy.
A bender,
not
a
over here. I wasn't saying
down in the low red zone, and CD was on the other side. When
the proof is in the film. Like, the proof is in the content. You can go back and look. I was mad. I was saying that we were not going to be good.
He he broke out and he looked back to see where the ball went, and he saw George in the end zone. He kind of dragged his toes up. CD was like, yes. So I think his excitement for knowing that we've added some pieces which will add to the competition, it was cool to see a guy like CD be excited. And those two guys' relationship is awesome. I'm sure you guys have probably done stories on it, but they're spending a lot of time together. I think it's great for CD to have someone like George. Not that George is a young player, but someone that GP really looks up to in CD. They obviously have trained some together, but that relationship's really cool. And I'm enjoying kind of just sitting back and watching it develop, and the two of them getting together and spending time with Junior Adams. And
I love
it's
that
been
man
really
right
cool and fun
there.
for me.
That man right there is holding the players accountable in practice. He's got the players looking at each other like, who slacked off that play? Who? Nobody wants to be the guy that slacked off because they're being held accountable. Most everybody maybe said it. I didn't. No chance. Carnage, you disrespectful as hell.
For me to watch just how it all is beginning to fit together.
But I love that our coach is having these players play at 100% in practice and holding them accountable in practice. Because if you don't hold them accountable in practice, they're bound to do whatever in the game. They're going to feel that there's no repercussion. So holding them accountable in practice helps towards making perfect practice, which then in return, perfect practice makes perfect play. So we'll have to see. We'll get to that point. We're not on cuts yet. We're not on cuts yet. They still got 93 men roster right now. They're not cutting down to the 53 man. We'll see though. We'll see. There may be. Kid, there may be. We'll have to wait to see. June 1st is today, so now everything could happen in that manner. We'll have to see how it goes. Like, what the fuck is right, Oast Man? I agree, Oast Man. All right. Well, chat, I think that's going to wrap it up here for tonight. Hopefully y'all had a good time. I know I had a good time, man. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock for Monday Night SmackDown. Monday Night Raw. So stay tapped in with us. Make sure y'all here tomorrow to come hang out with us for Raw. Tuesday, we'll start getting into Cowboy player interviews, reaction. We'll start talking more content for football as the week's coming up. I know I've been slacking a little bit the last 2 weeks. We got to step back into our game and get things going back right for us. But as always, man, y'all stay blessed. I love all of you, even the ones, Carnage, who like to be disrespectful. But, hey, y'all are awesome. Y'all are blessed. Stay blessed. Stay great. Make tomorrow great on purpose. I'm Ryals, and we out here. Peace.